Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another trade recap. So I'm going to be doing these a lot more now. I know I've been away from the YouTube and all the social medias, but I'm back now, ready to get back into the grind of things when it comes to social media. So without further ado, let's not waste any time. Let's get into the trade recaps that I took two trades today. One was on my PA accounts. I have 10 of those, and then I took another trade on a few evals that I bought. So let's go ahead and get into this trade recap. So what we were looking at today in the morning, wait, let me make sure my mic is on, I believe. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. All right, and I turned up the gain so it shouldn't be quiet like last time. I got some comments saying that before, so whatever. So what do we have here? So if we start on the higher time frame, we can kind of just figure out what we're doing on the more higher time frames, what price is currently drawing to, what makes more sense, right? So if we're looking at this current range right here, right, it's very simple, okay? We have this range right here, right? This range from this low to this high. We drag that out, right? It shows us where we are. Look at where we are reacting off of. We are inside OTE. So we're in a discount of the range. We've swept out this internal low on the 4-hour. And now we're resting in a discount in OTE, okay? So we swept the sell side, we're in OTE, and we're also in this big 4-hour imbalance, okay? So if we're using time frame alignment the right way, I know a lot of you guys probably know what that is. Some of you guys don't. You could look it up online, just look up trading time frame alignment, and it'll show you exactly how to align the time frames the correct way. So if we're looking at a 4-hour POI, 4-hour PD array, however you want to say it, a lot of the time from 4-hour, we'll go down to the 15-minute, and we'll see what kind of move we got off of that. But what I'm really paying attention to and what I'm really want to make sense of is this right here. Hold on, let me just replay this back a little bit. Right about there. Okay. So what I really want to pay attention to is what Asia and London did. So as you can see here, we have a 15-minute gap, we have a 30-minute gap, and also an hourly. Let me see if we have any higher ones. Okay, we do not. So we'll use the hourly in this case, okay? So we have an hourly fair value gap right here. Let me mark that out. That Asia used to sponsor the move higher, which is why London made such a big push, because we respected this 1-hour PD array, right? We traded into this mitigation here, right? Low, high, higher low, higher high. So this is your mitigation right here. You can see we traded into that to the tick and use that to support price higher, as well as the 1-hour fair value gap, like I said. Okay, and then from there, what I wanted to see was London hold this fair value gap that it did put in, which is exactly what it did. London held this fair value gap, as you can see. So we'll mark this out. We held this fair value gap right here. Boom, we tap into it here at 4 a.m. But obviously the market hasn't opened yet until 8 o'clock. So I'm not really looking for anything yet. And also I don't trade pre-market most of the times unless it's like really clear. But today I didn't feel like trading pre-market because I just had a weird feeling about it. But that's besides the point. If we're looking at the 1-hour PD rate, we scale down to the 5-minute and see what kind of move we get off of that. So like I said, we end up getting our 15-minute change off of this down here. But now, since we're in a 1-hour PD rate, what are we looking for off of this, right? We have the sweep of the low right here. If you can see, we sweep out this 5-minute low inside of the hourly PD array, right? If you're looking at this, right, this is our 1-hour tap. If you're looking for the change in delivery, you get the change in delivery right here. But you can see it fails because the timing isn't right yet, right? 7:50, we have the macro here, and 8 a.m. opens here. So 8 a.m. actually opens a little bit lower and then continues to trade higher. So the CIST off of this would be right here. So this would have been a pre-market trade right here, entering right about here at 18,077 3/4, targeting the London high, and then of course the full TP at previous day high, which I wanted to see. So that would have been the first entry. I didn't really like taking that, like I said, because it's pre-market and I want to see what the open does to kind of give me a better idea, even if that means potentially missing out on the trade. But that's just the way trading goes, okay? So that's the 1-hour gap that we got that was a potential trade out of. And then if you look here, we actually have a 15-minute fair value gap. I don't know why this thing keeps going back. It's super annoying. Okay, so you'll see here that we actually tap this 15-minute, and if we're using time frame alignment again, 1-minute fair value gap, or sorry, 1-minute change in delivery, which we do get right here off of this. But again, the market hasn't opened yet. So what is most likely to happen if price wants to continue higher? Well, most of the time, we're going to get some sort of manipulation lower if the draw is higher. Because if we're looking on the 30-minute time frame, okay, right, which is basically market open, is 9:30. That is a 30-minute candle. What I can expect from a 30-minute candle, if we're bullish, is for price to open, trade lower, and then continue higher off that PO3 to the said draw on liquidity, okay? So what we're looking at here, for example, we get this CISD, but the timing isn't right, like I said. So you could take this trade and potentially take profits at the London high, or pretty much risk getting stopped out. So you have to kind of make the decision, create your plan, and just stick to it full force. Like, don't like move from it. If you tell yourself you're not going to trade pre-market, don't trade pre-market. If you tell yourself you're going to only trade after 9:30, then follow that plan, okay? So what ultimately happens here? So if we play this out, you can see that we actually manipulate very hard, straight down back into the 15-minute, sweeping out this low. So now I could expect that this move is going to act as the Judas, or the manipulation, or the open low before price goes higher towards the draw and liquidity, okay? So if we're looking at ES, which is a correlated pair in this case, you can see that we actually never take the low. So this 9:30 candle sweeps out this low, digs into this 15-minute candle a little bit harder, okay? And we also tap this 5-minute as well, okay? You could look at this range right here. We're not necessarily in a discount, but we don't have to be in a discount if we're respecting bullish PD raise that is in line with the drawn liquidity. So once we get this 15-minute sweep of that low inside of this candle, what am I waiting for now? All I'm waiting for is more structure to play out, more structure to form, right? And I'm waiting for some sort of inversion or a CISD. So I let price play out. There's really nothing here yet, right? No FOMO, no nothing. I'm just patiently waiting for price to tell me what it wants to do. Okay, so we actually sweep this low again. We manipulate one more time, so we have like some sort of a double purge, right? We sweep out this low, and then we come down and sweep out this low again. So double purge, and still this low is protected as well as this one at 9:30 because ES never took it, okay? You can look at YM as well to kind of see what it did as well, but in this case, ES was the one that we wanted to pay the most attention to in terms of using, you know, a Kraken correlation. So what am I waiting for again? Like I said, CISD or some sort of inversion for value gap. We never got an inversion anywhere, but as you can see right here, we actually did get a 1-minute change in delivery. I did not take this one. I was not really paying attention, if I'm being 100% honest. So that was a change in delivery there, because this whole sequence of candles made the new low sweeping out that low. Okay, so that is the valid change in delivery. As you can see, we come back, we tap it. Okay, your stop loss would probably be maybe below this candle here at 9:36 or below this candle here because we know it's protected. Price drives one more time a little bit lower, and then from there we end up pushing up, and I believe we take the London highs right there. Yep. Okay, so we take out the London highs. And from there, I was just being patient. I was waiting to see what we can do because there were still very clear draws to the upside. We still had this end walk. We had this end dog up here. We had the previous day high. So I wasn't really tripping too much for missing out on this setup here. It wasn't bad. I just wanted to see a little bit more price play out, but we ultimately ended up getting a trade. So let's go ahead and play this out just a little bit more. So I want to show you guys exactly what we got here. So we actually ended up forming this fair value gap. So if we play this out on this 5-minute, you can see that we end up tapping this 5-minute gap. So from there, I went to the 15-second, and I saw that, okay, we had the new low get put in, and then we also actually took, so ES actually took this fair value gap low at 9:44. So I saw that as a potential SMT, meaning that this low could be protected, and we got our change in delivery right here. Whoopsies, I did not mean to open the DOM. Holy, sorry about that. So we got our change in delivery right there. That is where I put my limit at. I got tapped in right there with my stop loss just below this low, and I let price play out, and we came actually really close to my stop loss. We edged it, to say the least, right there. I think we came down one more time, took out that low, and that low was protected, thank God. If I got stopped out, I probably would have entered again because the draw was just so damn clear in the morning, and I didn't want to get stopped out by some dumb exit. So but yeah, that's it. We ended up pumping back up. Thankfully, the trade started to go in my direction, and pretty much I ended up partialing at this high up here, which was a 1-hour high from London from yesterday. And then I just let the trade play out all the way to Was it? I believe it was this. Oh, okay, okay, I remember. I wanted to target this, but we edged it. Here, I'll show you. So we went up, we went up, we went up, just kind of chopping around. I was holding it, I was holding it. Okay, boom. So we got within like 2 points of where I wanted to take my full TP, so I trailed my stop loss just below this fair value gap, and that's where I got out at. So, boom, I got stopped out right there. Wait, stopped out right there on that candle. One of these two candles, I don't remember which one. But I got stopped out for like a 5R or 4.5, whatever it was. Really good trade, and that was pretty much it for the PAs. So that was that, and then let me go out and show you the executions on here. So here's where I got in. And then here's where I parceled right there, and then I got trailed out at that fair value gap, like I said. And the next one over here, this was actually an eval trade. So as you can see, same kind of principle, same concept as the one I took here on the 5-minute to 15-second. But all this was, as you can see, there was this 15-minute gap that we actually had right here. And on NQ, the mini chart, we actually tapped it. So I saw that on the mini chart. And then I went back on the micros, went down to the 1-minute time frame, waited for our change in state of delivery, which we did get. This is a trade I took, so we entered right here. So whatever that candle was, took partials or took everything off at the high. So on the Nasdaq, this was a green candle, so the change in delivery was here. So I got tapped into the trade at 10:26. Yeah, which looks right. Okay, sounds right. And then I took my full profits at just below the new day opening gap, because I wasn't sure if we were gonna like edge previous day high or whatever. Just wanted to take my profits for the day and call it. So yeah, that was it. Caught about 80 points on the PAs, and then I caught about 100 points on the evals that I took as well. So we're about halfway to passing those. So we'll see what happens with that. But that was pretty much it. We had some really good opportunities today. We had that 5-minute change in delivery right there. We had a 1-minute change here. We had this 5 to 15-second here, and then we had this one here. So 4 great trading opportunities today. If you guys ended green, awesome. Make sure to lock yourself out. Don't do anything stupid for today. If you ended red, all good. Let me know questions down below. If you have any issues figuring out what Price wanted to do today, just kind of ask me whatever you want to ask me. I'm open to it. My DMs are open on Instagram. You could ask whatever questions you want on YouTube. I'll be there to answer them. So. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. I'm going to continue the recaps throughout the rest of the week. And yeah, I'll pretty much leave you guys with that. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Lots of good stuff coming for you guys. So yeah, with that said, I'll catch you guys tomorrow, and have a great rest of your day. Peace.